Hello everyone, my name is Fecund Maiden, but since we're friends, you can call me Tanisha. I'm your online belly dance and yoga teacher, and today we are doing a sensual Shakti straddle practice today. So if that makes your pussy wet, then let's get started. You're going to need a pillow for this practice. Absolutely mandatory, not optional. Have a pillow or a soft yoga block for this practice. You're going to be sitting on it the entire time, and I want your yoni to be pampered or your dick and balls to be pampered. I really don't care what you have down there, but we're not smashing the genitals for this practice today. So get a pillow, okay? Get your water and your yoga mat and get comfortable. I recommend that for your straddle, we are going to start with the feet in a staff position facing forward, and then we're going to take them out about like a little bit less than a 45-degree angle. So if forward and to your side created a 90-degree angle, we'd be a bit halfway, but even a little bit less than halfway in the middle of those 2 points. So less than a 45-degree angle is where we're starting in the straddle. We'll work our way to a 45-degree angle, and then in a more advanced portion, we will get into the split, which is a 90, each leg at a 90-degree angle, 180. Yeah, anyways, math. No, yo tengo un título en español. Not math, not math, baby. Getting comfortable on your pillow. I invite you to take a deep breath in, out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sitting with our spines upright, with our legs in our 45-ish degree angle, sitting comfortably. I invite you to be mindful of your pelvis, of your entire pubic bone, and if you need to lift your glutes, lift your butt cheeks up to firmly plant your pubic bone into your pillow, I recommend doing that. With a bit of a tuck, a bit of a pelvic tuck, so making sure that the pelvis is not sitting on the pillow like this, with too much of your pelvis pointing forward or too much of your pelvis pointing back. So if your hips were a cup of water, it would be evenly horizontal to the ground. You're just sitting, if your hips were literally filled to the brim with water, the water would just sit at the top. So your hips wouldn't point forward like this cup that I'm showing here, and they wouldn't point back, and no water would spill out. So keeping the hips neutral on the horizontal plane for today. I'm glad I had a cup by so I could actually show you guys, because your hips and pelvis create a bowl-like structure or a cup-like structure, and that entire function is what we're playing with today. So getting comfortable here, taking a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Straightening your spine, shoulders, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking your legs in our 45-ish degree angle, giving them a little bit of a wiggle, making sure that we can actually lift the knee and give the leg an entire micro bend. And you will need to bring in the feet a little bit for this. That's totally fine. Slide the foot back down, straighten the knee back out to the other side, lifting the knee, straightening the leg. And slowly on each side, we're going to repeat that process of lifting the entire knee up, sliding the leg back out, straightening the leg. We are going to come back to this at the end of the practice, and I promise you it will not feel the same. So, bringing the leg up, sliding the leg down into a straight position, bringing the knee up, sliding the leg up entirely. Taking note of how that feels as we slide it back down. Flexing our feet in this practice is important. Keep the feet flexed so that you can get a good stretch in your Achilles heel, in the back of your calf, and in your hamstring. So keeping the feet flexed, keeping our 45-ish degree angle. I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness to your chest. And you may be thinking, why, Tanisha, are we bringing awareness to the chest if this is a leg hip splits practice? Because the body weight of your chest is the best thing to help you ease into your splits at your own range of motion. So however much body weight you can hold as you lean forward in your split lets me actually know how far you are able to go. And when we are not mindful of keeping our spine erect and using our own body weight to lean us forward, what I often see is people arching their back, which is a huge no-no, but let me show you why it's wrong. People will arch their back to stretch out further, and it may look like they are further down in their split, but their back is hunched over and it's not straight. I know your back will not hunch over and be straight if you have to use your entire body weight to keep your spine straight. Your body will just not allow you to go lower until you start to hunch. So as long as you're keeping your upper body erect, neutral, relaxed, but also using the weight of your upper body to your advantage, then splits are going to come faster. Take my mistakes, my many years of mistakes, and learn them now. Learn them now. So getting comfortable, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, hands together. We're gonna slide the hands together, putting them right at the base of our pillow and right at the base of our groin and genital area of our root chakra. So right in front of us is where the hands are going to start. And they're going to slide however far you can forward while keeping your spine straight. So for me, it's usually about a 45-degree slide down. I start to feel warm. Sliding the hands, keeping them together, sliding them back to your root chakra. We're gonna go through this motion together. Go at your own pace and use your intuition. Sliding the hands forward, keeping the spine straight. And whenever you get comfortable, in your next inhale, slide them back to neutral. Remembering to breathe deeply. Sliding at the pace of your own inhale and exhale. Going slow, taking note of how that feels in your upper body, in your legs, in your hips, without attachment. Sliding forward and back, slowly at your own pace. These first few slides are really to gauge your range of motion for the day. This will change every single day, and that is fine. That's absolutely great. Take note of how you feel today, what your natural range of motion is today, what starts to feel good. When does it start to feel good to release and come back to a neutral? Take note of all these things without attachment. And in your next deep inhale or exhale, sliding the hands forward, we're gonna hang out down here for a minute. So wherever you feel comfortable with your spine straight, we're going to sit here with our hands extended for a moment. Really be mindful and adjust your body if needed. Straighten your back. Relax your shoulders. Flex your feet. And take a moment to realize what it feels like down here in the most advanced part of your straddle, the most intense part of your straddle. Sliding the hands slowly back up, slowly. We're not plopping out of the asana. We're slowly reverting back to our neutral position. And let's take one more deep slide down together. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. This is where I'm at today. Not quite able to get down on my elbows yet. But I feel like I don't need to straighten my arms up anymore. So wherever you feel is your sweet spot, let's linger here for a moment. I invite you to go side to side if that feels good, as long as you keep your spine straight. And in your next deep inhale, slowly slide the hands back to neutral. Take a moment here for a breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Coming to one side, you can decide whichever side you want to go onto. I'm starting with my left. Keeping the hands on the legs so that you have a little bit more support. You don't have to go all the way down to the ground. Coming to one side, we're going to stretch over to one side, keeping the spine straight. Seeing how far we can do this same exact sliding our hands practice, but over to one side specifically. So I'm coming over to my left side. And for some reason on the left side, I'm actually able to go down to my feet today. So I'm holding at the foot, keeping the foot flexed, leaning to the side, spine straight. Slowly walking my hands back up to my neutral, or sliding back up to neutral if that feels good. Sliding over to the next side, focusing your awareness on this leg. What does it feel like whenever you move your weight and attention over to this leg? Is your body asking for you to pop your toes? If so, absolutely do that. Taking a note of what it feels like in the body to cross over to this leg while keeping the foot flexed. Does one leg feel better than the other? Take note of these things that your body is telling you without attachment. In your next deep inhale, walk the hands back to a neutral position. And here we're going to take both hands on the hips and use the weight of our upper body. So these are going to be very slow movements, very small movements. So you don't have to try to bend all the way to the ground. What I really want you to focus on is keeping your legs and pelvis neutral, like our cup here. It's not spilling out of the top or back. Keeping the legs planted and neutral, and using the upper body to provide a little bit of a pull on your muscles. So you're making a chest circle, very small chest circle, leaning forward to one side, forward in the middle with your chest, forward to your other side with your chest, and you're allowing the weight of your upper body to make this circle for you. Keeping the spine straight and going very slow. One more circle in this direction before we head into the other direction with our chest circle. Using your body weight to tell you your range of motion. Keeping the feet flexed. This will help you stay stable as your weight, as your center of gravity changes, as your chest makes these circles. And reversing your direction, making circles now, figure eights with the chest, going side to side, using your intuition here. And I invite you to take note of what this feels like when you use your upper body weight above your right leg, how you feel the activation of your right hamstring. When your chest is in the center, how you feel the muscles, mostly in your groin, doing the work to keep you stable. And as you move your chest over your left leg in this circle, how you notice that your left hamstring activates. The slower and more mindfully you do this chest circle, you will feel every single muscle that is activated in a split. And this will be highlighted only when your chest moves over that space. So be mindful here. This is your awareness homework. If you're watching this video, this is your homework after, to practice what this feels like at your own pace, switching directions at your own discernment, using your intuition, but continuing to go slow and be mindful of how every muscle activates. I'm doing some swings here in the center. So I'm actually taking my chest and making a U. I'm coming down, making a half moon crescent shape, and then I'm coming back up and it makes a U with my chest. So bringing the chest down in the center, up, down through the center, up, switch sides, down through the center, up, switch sides. You're making a U. You're making a crescent moon shape, side to side, while you're keeping the back straight, keeping the spine erect. Feel free to put your hands on your legs and really use your arms in this motion if that helps. Give you a nice pull and push. And as you get lower, as your chest gets lower to the floor, as we do these circles, still doing circles, you can do U, side to side. As we do this together slowly, and you are paying attention to all of these muscles, I want to already make you aware of how much deeper you've gotten into this split since we started. And I invite you to scooch out the legs if it feels comfortable at this point, to get a little bit deeper into the split. So right now, I probably just went from a 45-degree angle to like a 60-degree angle with my legs. So I am not completely straight in a split, and I'm a little bit wider than 45. Readjusted myself on the pillow, readjusted my glutes and my pelvic bone, and I'm really grabbing onto my pillow and using it as a support system. So I'm holding on to this pillow as I go throughout this practice, doing my chest circles here, a chest U, coming up and down, side to side. I am literally pressing onto the pillow as I do that. Press in, rotate around. Feel how those muscles activate, and then press yourself back up. Because eventually what you will want to work up to is being able to do this without your hands, with just your core strength and your amazing posture, be able to go through this without your hands. But when we use our hands and we have that support, we can go a little bit lower to train those muscles to become stronger. So use your hands to your advantage. Use your pillow to your advantage. Use your body weight to your advantage. Use your flexed feet to your advantage. Switching directions, picking up the pace a little bit here. Breath is going a little bit faster, heart rate's a little bit faster. My movements are not as deep. They're a little bit more slow, but they are smaller. Take a deep breath here with the legs a little bit more extended. Deep breath out of the mouth. And in our widest straddle for today, I invite you to take the hands to the center, slide them about halfway out, what you think your maximum is, and we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So we're not hunching the back forward, we're keeping the back straight, but we are allowing a bit of a twist to the side. So you can do this and let your arm come to the side here, if that feels good. Bring that arm down. We'll switch over to the other side. Pressing back up. Let's do another rotation of that. One more. In your next inhale, straighten the spine. I invite you to lift your chest as far up out of your hips as you can. So giving yourself a nice stretch here. And then exhaling, coming back down into a neutral posture. Taking the hands together, sliding them out, keeping the spine straight, very slowly sliding to what feels like your maximum stretch today. Now that I'm a little more warmed up, I feel comfortable coming down onto my elbows. So I'm going to hang out on my elbows here and on my forearms. Forward in our split. This feels so good. If you're feeling any discomfort in your split, I recommend bringing in the legs more. If you're hunching your back at all, I invite you to raise up off of your elbow or forearm, or even walk your hands back. If you're only coming down into the stretch, if your spine is still erect and straight, take a deep breath here. This is the deepest we'll go into our stretch, our straddle today. Take a deep breath here, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths in silence at your own pace here. We'll only linger here for a moment before I invite you to come back up into a neutral position. So take these few moments in the deepest part of your straddle stretch to meditate in this space. In your next deep inhale, I invite you to walk your hands back into your neutral position. Coming back up into an upright seated position, allowing that pubic bone to come back to neutral. Slowly picking up the legs or walking them in just a little bit more. So actually bringing in the legs more a little bit before using your hands. Just slowly pick back up the leg and pick back up the knee. And picking up the other leg if that feels good. And you will be able to see why I brought you to this at the beginning of the practice, because it does not feel the same at the end of the practice, does it? Bring your knees up while keeping your pelvis planted. So we're coming into a bit of a squat now. And just give those knees some time spent and bent because we've had them straight. And switching between legs, you're going to straighten one leg, lower the knee down, bring the knee back up, switch sides. Feel how that feels when you extend your leg and when you bring it back in. And bring the heels into a nice straddle or squat position. So we're basically doing a goddess squat completely relaxed. We're not balancing. We're still sitting on the pillow, but we're bringing the hips up and the knees up. And feel free to give your knees a little wiggle if they need to. A little shake of the muscles, waking those up. We stretched every part of the leg, of the back side of the leg pretty much. So shake the muscle if you need to before we fold our legs back into our lotus position that we started in with our legs folded. Thank you for practicing with me today. That was your slow, sensual, Shakti, straddle, splits practice. Let me know in the comments if I got you feeling good. I got them legs activated. Let me know how you feel as you continue to practice your middle splits. Is there anything that's giving you discomfort or slowing your progress? Let me know, because I am pretty sure it's an alignment problem. And if you have any, I will absolutely tell you how to fix them and continue to blossom and continue to grow into your splits practice so that you're able to do a split whenever you want to need to bust a fucking split out randomly. You're well equipped to do that because you've been practicing and you've been nurturing these muscles. So when you're feeling sexy, you're feeling slutty, and you want to fucking split in the middle of the dance floor, you ain't gonna rip nothing because you're good. You ain't gonna split yourself in half because you've been practicing. Let me know how this feels in your body. Let me know how this practice was in the comments. And if you liked this practice, if you liked this type of yoga practice or this area of the body, working on it, let me know so I can continue to make videos that are either yoga based or hips related or stretch splits related, so I can continue to make your pussy wet. Hello? Or your dick, I don't care. Whatever you want, I got you, baby. I'm a Scorpio Venus. I'm gonna get you off any way I can, okay? I love you so much. Mwah. Peace.